So we're talking about this tweet. It says something like, deadlifting over the age of 45 is stupid. And I'm here to tell you that you're dead wrong. Absolutely wrong. I'm going to go over a bunch of tips on why you should be deadlifting over the age of 45. And if you're not deadlifting over the age of 45, if you're not deadlifting in period, you should be doing it. And I'm going to tell you why. So one of the biggest factors that I think people should be deadlifting, especially as you age, is you start losing muscle. As you age, you'll lose muscle, mostly due to just not moving. You get a little more sedentary, start sitting around a lot more. In today's day and age, most jobs have you sitting around. So if you're 40, 45, 50, you're already probably sitting on the couch, watching the game for hours every Sunday. So you need to be moving. And deadlifting is a great movement for you to just lift something heavy up off the ground, because it's a normal human movement. You get up next to a barbell, lift it off the ground. It's going to add muscle and strength. And keeping muscle is one of your biggest benefits to longevity. And speaking of longevity, having dense bones equals longevity. There's been plenty of studies for it. I'll post one or two down below. But having dense bones adds to longevity of your life. Having muscle density adds to longevity of your life. So when you're lifting something heavy, it's a response to your body to tell you to, become more dense, and it's going to create longevity. So when you're starting to feel a little weak, starting to feel a little frail, start lifting more, and that deadlift's going to help you. Along with longevity, now that you're lifting heavy, you're doing deadlifts, and you're kind of creating that dense muscle and those dense bones, you're going to create a hormonal response and a metabolic response. You're gaining muscle. Your metabolic rate's going to start improving. A lot of people say that it's harder to lose weight as you get older, and it's because your metabolic rate is lowering because you're losing muscle. So if you continue to lift weights and you continue to do something like a deadlift, which is great for you, you're going to continue to maintain muscle, and you're going to be able to lose weight because your metabolic rate is still high. And it creates better insulin sensitivity. Insulin sensitivity. So keep lifting with, doing a deadlift, because it improves your hormones and your metabolic rate. Doing the deadlift can also improve your posture and improve back pain. As someone who has had back surgery from the military, deadlifting has been a godsend. I recently posted I deadlifted 565, and I'm 38, turning 39 very soon. So it's one of those things where it's improved the way that I stand. It's improved my overall life, quality of life, by just lifting heavy weights. And for years, I had to relearn how to walk. I couldn't run for years. Now I can kind of sprint and run a little bit. But deadlifting has really improved everything that I do in terms of back pain and then my posture. Another big indicator of longevity is grip strength. There's been studies done. I'll post one or two down in the description below. Again, grip strength is a indicator of a healthy life. When you wake up in the morning, one of the things that a lot of people do is something I do to see how I'm going to be training for that day, if I've recovered well enough, is you clench your hands really hard, right? And I know it's kind of a Neanderthalic way to think of it, but if you still have good grip strength, that means that you kind of recovered well. And as you get older, some of that grip strength starts to go. When you see in these older populations, they test people's grip strength just by having them, hey, grip my hand and give me a good handshake. A lot of those guys can't do it, and it's because they've lost that strength and they're in that decline. So when you're deadlifting, whether you use straps or not, you're working that grip strength. You're working your hands, you're working your forearms, your upper back, your biceps, your triceps. Everything is being worked because you're gripping a hold of that barbell. Next thing I want to talk about is building balance and resilience. Deadlifting is not an easy thing to do. Deadlifting properly is not easy. And when you start deadlifting heavy, it gets hard. So as you lift heavy weights, you gain more balance and resilience, because it's something difficult to do over the life of your entire life of lifting. And as a population gets older, when you're 45, 50, 55, 60, you start to lose those small balances that where Walking down a sidewalk would normally be easy when you were younger, but now a little bit of a breeze, you get pushed over. If you're strong, it's going to kind of fight against that. And you're building this resilience to continue to lift heavy stuff. At the end of the day, deadlifting is going to keep you strong well beyond when most men decide to give up on their lives and they just get fat and they watch the game on Sunday. And if you're still training after 45, you're not just fighting age, you're defying it. And that's what we want to do. And if you got something out of this, hit like, subscribe, comment for more real tactical strength advice. We're building warriors, not wellness.